The blockchain. The blockchain is a secure digital record of transactions. Or in other words, the internet transmits information. The blockchain transfers ownership. It's going to change the world. Just like the internet, the blockchain is decentralized and anyone can join in. Blockchain is the technological answer to the desire for more transparency and efficiency. Where do these two factors play a major role? That's right, in almost all transactions between people. Would you rather close your eyes? Or are you ready to take a look at a world with blockchain? Brave. Let's see what you say if I show you 4 possible scenarios of how blockchains could change the world.
In this world, the blockchain is a complete success, but perhaps not quite in the way that 1 or 2 romantics might have dreamt. Were the promises of salvation in a decentralized world kept? Have we arrived in an El Dorado for developers? Has a wave of disruption taught the finance industry what fear is? Not really. The big players and tech giants were the first to recognize the blockchain's potential. Startups and the brightest minds were brought up in a flash, and the customers are pretty happy about innovative solutions and lower prices from well-known suppliers. Established banks formed a consortium and created joint standards. Okay, a couple of players were no longer needed, which some people called a mass extinction. Anyway, today the finance sector is distinctly leaner and more efficient. And yes, the world has become more convenient. Governments use blockchains to streamline administrative processes. Elections? On the blockchain, of course. Land registration? Trade register? It's all on the blockchain. The blockchain is quicker, safer, and more flexible than everything that came before. But in the end, did the world change fundamentally? Not really. Blockchain. What was that again? After the hype, this storm in a teacup blew over quickly. It turned out to be impossible to overcome the blockchain's technical limitations. But in the end, the whole excitement was actually good for something, just something quite different from what was expected. Do you remember the hysterical debate about trust in the system? Black sheep in the finance industry, corruption and constant economic crises? The big stick of the blockchain taught the established institutions one thing above all: change, or users will recognize you as a bug and change you. The blockchain is the little man's bazooka, an outstanding weapon to remove reform bottlenecks and break up in the concentration of power. Nowadays, most of the money earned with blockchains is in niches. A few dynamic players in the finance industry make use of the technology to dominate parts of the value chain. And clever startups enable countries with poorly developed infrastructure to use innovative products such as mobile payments and digital land registries. A better world thanks to blockchain? Definitely. The blockchain was a huge flop, a billion-dollar Bermuda Triangle. Massive problems with security and speed, hacker attacks, and all this even though conditions didn't look too bad at all in the beginning. Greece bankrupt. Brexit actually happened. A perfect storm for the world economy, and the chance for the blockchain. Digital currencies like Bitcoin became the new gold, a safe haven. And who doesn't fondly remember the feeling of being independent and safe from the banks? Anyone who didn't jump on the new tech wagon only had themselves to blame. The thing that nobody expected was that the blockchain couldn't keep up with the rapid expansion in users. The CPU-intensive encryption technology eats vast amounts of power. Speed couldn't keep up with demand, and crime wasn't far behind. Hacker attacks, trickery, and the absence of standards meant the blockchain degenerated into a digital Wild West. For a short while, it looked as though the blockchain could take advantage of the loss of confidence in the established systems. It might even have been a viable alternative. But then we figured out that it was just an attempt to fight fire with gasoline. Blockchain, a gift to the world. The invention of electricity, very convenient. The internal combustion engine brought us closer together. The internet, the birth of the information society. Blockchain, the dawn of a completely new age, and we'd almost given up hoping for a fairer world. Globalization, we put our money on free trade and international communities full of expectation. There was only one way to go: growth. And where did that get us? Stagnation, political crises. Who would have thought that an abstract technology would save us? Finance and rights management are now common property. Financial institutions have lost the entire securities business to the public blockchain. A technically mature blockchain makes it possible. Musicians have regained the digital rights to their music. Patient data are safely stored on the blockchain. Financial transactions can be carried out without hassle and high costs. My neighborhood now has its own decentralized energy exchange. Thanks to blockchains, even countries with little infrastructure can partake in the global market, and thus in progress. Jobs have been lost, and new ones created without a doubt. Progress has taken its toll. One thing is certain: the blockchain has changed the world.
Do you see? These 4 sketches of the future show how far-reaching the consequences of the blockchain wave will be for you and me. Our economy, politics, and our society will change. You're saying this is just the beginning? Sure. But with such a potent technology, it's better to be shapers than spectators. There's too much at stake. So wake up.